The excitement is building from Extreme Arena here in Coralville, Iowa, home to the 2026 Women's Freestyle Wrestling Championships. As I mentioned, 180 wrestlers, 53 teams, and on Saturday night we'll have 10 individual winners and we'll have a team winner as well. We've got two legends in the booth, and I'm not one of them, as we're joined by Jordan Burroughs. He won the gold medal in 2012, two-time natty at Nebraska. And Sarah Hildebrandt, she won a gold medal just 2 summers ago in Paris. And Sarah, I gotta believe you're over the moon about what's happening here.
Oh my goodness, it's such an honor. I really think I can speak for all the ladies here in saying this is a dream come true for us, this event. So just to reflect on my own career and everything that happened leading up to get to where I was, and now everything that's happening now, it's so special. So I'm so excited to see these girls really usher in a new era of women's wrestling.
And Jordan, as an icon of the sport, what does this mean?
Oh, it's huge. We've heard about the explosive growth of women's wrestling all over the country. Now we get a real representation of it this weekend. We get to see these young ladies who have worked hard for lots of years to put it on the biggest stage against women of all levels. And so it's going to be an exciting day, exciting weekend for all competitors all around the country, and especially for them to represent the women today.
All right, the table is set. We talk about the history. Let's take a look at the timeline as well, as women's wrestling is growing. And why not in Iowa? In 1993, Minnesota Morris becomes the first varsity to create a women's wrestling program. Then 2020, NCAA makes women's wrestling an emerging sport. And then January 2025, NCAA adds women's wrestling as the 91st NCAA champion. As I mentioned, wall-to-wall wrestling, we will be all over it. Session 1, the prelims and the first round, then session 2 at 5 o'clock. And all mats will be streaming individually as well on ESPN+. And 4, and we are now rolling. There we go, wall-to-wall coverage already rolling. They were ready to go before we were even.
Oh my gosh, we're all so excited to get started. Kicking it off early.
And this first round is always the most difficult, right? It's sensory overload. You step into the arena floor after being down in that holding area, and you hear everyone cheering. There's upsets on different mats. There's whistles on every mat. It is a lot. And so usually your first match is your worst match. You got to work out the first match jitters and get to work and try to build some momentum going into the remainder of the tournament.
I can tell you that Sloan Kruger from Presbyterian pinning Madeline Gavaris. So Kruger already advancing over on mat 1.
And Sarah, here's what women's wrestling has gotten right. You know, the late start really allowed them to implement a rule set that was conducive to wrestling at the Olympic level post-collegiately. The difference between women's wrestling and men's wrestling at the NCAA level is they're actually wrestling freestyle, which is the Olympic style, the style of champions to be the best in the world. Tell me a little bit about the experience of being able to wrestle the Olympic styles in college wrestling.
Yeah, this is just terrific that this is the way that NCAA decided to take it. It really just feeds into Team USA and the Olympic movement and really starts these girls' Olympic pursuit now here in college wrestling. It's just going to pay off, you know, for the rest of their careers. There are definitely some differences here between folk style and freestyle. Scoring is a big one. Takedown is worth 2 points here in freestyle. There is also, you'll be brought back up to your feet a lot quicker. You get to work for a turn on top. You have about maybe 20 seconds or so before they'll bring you back up. We have some push-out points as well. If you step out of bounds, that will be a point. And those are kind of really the bigger differences between folk style and freestyle that you'll see today with the women. It's also, for freestyle, you're only going to wrestle 2 periods. There'll be 3 minutes. Each period is 3 minutes, and it's a 10-point tech fall. So if you are ahead of your opponent by 10 points, that is a technical superiority, and the match will end there.
And in freestyle, those points come up in a hurry. You're seeing these matches end fairly quickly with only a 10-point tech fall and only exposure being needed to put 2 points on the board. You'll start to see these points go up in a hurry.
Yep, just a roll across your back is 2 points, so they have to be very aware of their body at all times in all positions. Anytime they're rolling across their back, they could be giving up exposure points.